Hey guys, I'm going to be going over my Leon Requiem set today, and I've had a lot of questions about it, and I've just recently started offering this set. It is an expensive set, but there's a lot of pieces to it, and it takes a lot of time to make. So I just wanted to go over some of the pieces and how some of it works, functionality. And also, if you've bought a set from me, this will kind of show you some tips and tricks, and what it'll look like when you get it in, get your package in, and all that good stuff. But anyway, so I have the basic elements back here on my mannequin, the vest or harness, however you want to put it, and then the belt. And now I make these custom per your measurements, so it's not a one size fits all. Please keep that in mind if you order one from me. I do make these to order, so I'm not Amazon. It's not going to go right in the mail. But these are made to your measurements, and I try to scale them appropriately. I noticed that when I was doing my research for the one in the game, of course they use the Volk set as their baseline, but I noticed that they kind of tweaked some of the scaling and everything to make it look better on Leon and better on the character and everything. So I tried to follow that as well. They definitely didn't do a 1-per-1 scale, but they got pretty close, and I'm trying to do the same thing. Now, of course, Chad with Trevick Designs makes the axe. Which is beautiful. This is just the base model, and I think he's going to be working on the upgraded version that you can get in the game also. But Chad makes the axe, and then of course the Requiem set, or the Requiem gun, which is awesome. It's got functionality and everything. And then also the alligator snapper, which I don't know the way they came up with that name. This is actually based on a P320 gun, so I knew the scale accurately to these because Chad modeled them 1-for-1 off the scale of the real guns. So I know these were both scaled correctly. So I just went by that to scale all my other stuff. But since I'm going over the guns here, of course, with this set, you get the belt, you get the harness, you also get the hard shell alligator snapper holster, just slides onto the belt. Now, what I did with this of course is hard shell, and then the gun just fits snugly down in there. What I did was, so this is hard shell, but this back here is leather. Now, I got all the details in there the way they're supposed to be, but I wanted to do that and of course it is actually screwed in. Everything is screwed together so that it's durable. But I did that just because I know, as far as cosplay, if you're walking around and if this was metal, or if this was hard plastic, or if I had 3D printed this, it just would have dug into your side, and it just would have been heavy for no point. So I did make this part leather. Now, of course, it is curved correctly and everything, but comes with that. And then also comes with the Requiem holster. Got your retention strap there. Again, this is how you get it. Of course, it'll be bubble wrapped, but this is separate from the vest, and you will have to take the screws out that are already screwed into the back. They're kind of loose, but you'll use a M3 screwdriver, or M3 bit if you have one. If you don't, any local hardware store, Walmart, Arbor Freight, Amazon, if you feel like waiting for it to come in. But you'll use this to unscrew the screws. Of course, it has these big washers, and you'll just screw it onto the vest, and then you won't have to worry about it. It'll just be attached. But it was just cost effective to ship this separate than have it attached and then have to ship it in a bigger box and all that stuff. But anyway, with this and the Requiem gun, the way that this was modeled is this goes down in it, but the cylinder, let me get this, the cylinder will only allow it to go in a certain way. So once you get the cylinder rotated correctly, it'll slot in, and then it's not going anywhere. Of course, you have the retention strap that that slides up over the top. It's really not needed once you have the gun in there, just because it's so long. It's not going anywhere unless you're hanging upside down, and I wouldn't recommend that with these pieces. But anyway, so that's how that goes in there. Perfect fit. And now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that nobody else's replicas will fit in this stuff, but the only one I can guarantee will fit is Trewick Designs, just because my holsters were modeled to his sets. And so if you have another person's, before you ask, no, I do not customize these. It would just take too long to customize these for every single customer. So just know, if you didn't get your set from Trewick Designs, your set may or may not fit. But even if it doesn't, most people are going to walk around with this in their hand anyway. So, anyway, so again, that ships non-attached, and then you'll just unscrew that with M3 screwdriver and attach it on. There's already holes here, so you know exactly where to put it, and then you're good to go. Now, something else that it does come with is you have the bullet casings. Of course, these are all resin printed in tough resin, so it's durable and flexible. Yeah, now this is metal. So none of this stuff I cheaped out on. And this was just to make sure that when I pulled the elastic that it would hold the bullets. I could have gone the cheap route and done this with some type of leather and maybe doubled up the leather to where it was strong enough, but it was better. And I know if this was my set, I would want this out of metal. And there's a Velcro spot on the back here. And then of course on your vest, there's Velcro strips, just like the one in the game, just like the real one. There's Velcro strips going along the top, and you can just attach it wherever you want that bullet casing. So now the vest itself, I do make it to your measurements, but it's still adjustable. You still have, all the parachute clips. These are all, I give you a good bit of length. Of course, this nylon, if you end up, and I try to go big, so if you give me a certain size, I try to make your size you gave me the smaller end and make it to where it'll expand larger, just in case you messed up in measuring or Thanksgiving, get some holiday weight, whatever. So this is adjustable. So you can adjust it there in the back. These spots are all adjustable. This back strap is all adjustable. I made it just like it is in the game. Everything's adjustable. Your belt, it has this big Velcro piece on the back. So this is all adjustable. It's actually 3 pieces, so you can adjust the belt. And of course, got a side release buckle on the front here. The pouch, his little small hip pouch back here, this is functional. So, you can put stuff in there. If you're walking around at a con, you can put your keys, you can put your wallet. It'll hold smaller phones. I don't know about some of the iPhones that look like they're the size of tablets, but your key card if you're in a hotel, whatever. So it'll hold a good amount of stuff. So that's that base set. I'm gonna go over some of the so this is the axe holder, and this is based exactly on the one in the game, exactly the one that the game is based on. So have the detail, everything has that silver detail, but this is a if I can hold on to it, this is a paracord, and so it arrives like this, and I just have it. That's how, and then you can pull the loop out and basically the way he pulls this off of his back so quick in the game, that's just game magic. That's movie magic, however you want to look at it. It's not possible to do that quickly. Now, I have seen some inventive people that have done like a quick release thing for their axes, which is really cool, but it's not game accurate. The holder that they make just doesn't look like the one in the game. This is the one in the game. So this just loops through here, loops through the back here. Again, this is not something you're going to be able to do really quick. And then you just pull it through, and then you can tighten everything down. And then of course it's got that zip. You slide it and then bam, it's not going anywhere. That's exactly how it's held, how it's supposed to be held in the game, and that's exactly the way it's held on the holder that the game was based on. So you know, I've seen some comments on my Instagram that is just like, that doesn't release very quickly. No, it doesn't, and that's just movie magic. Just like if you're watching Star Wars and the Mandalorian pulls a rifle off his back in 2 seconds. That's not possible. Movie magic. But anyway, so you get the axe holder there, and of course it just Velcros onto the back of the belt. Some of the other accessories, you do get the little camera. It's non-functional, but it does look like it's functional. And it just has a clip that just slides onto the front of the belt where it's supposed to go. I did go through the process of putting a lens in it. So it does look really good. It looks functional. It has all the detailing. And honestly, it just wasn't worth trying to make it functional. It would have made the cost of the set go up, not just in supplies, but the time it would have taken to make this. And also, as someone that does cosplay, if you're walking around at a convention with this lit up, nobody would be able to tell, because most conventions are super bright lit anyway. Or if you're taking pictures, the glare from this, you might have to turn it off, just take pictures. So it really wasn't worth it. I know some people have been on Temu and bought replicas of it. That's cool if it, you know, if you geek out and want one that's functional, but there's just no point in making it functional. But it does look great. It looks just like the game. And then also you got a grenade. Now, again, resin printed, has all the details, even has the verbiage, although it's backwards on my camera. But this just slides right onto the front of his belt, just like it does in the game. And again, very cool thing. Now, this is permanent. You can't just pull the pin out and cosplay throwing the grenade, because it probably would break after however many throws. So this just is for looks, but it does look cool. It has all the right details. And then lastly, the mag holders. So these were a bit of a pain to model and figure out, but they do look just like the game. And they have metal clips on the back that just slides down over the belt. Now, please don't message me saying that your clip is sideways. It's supposed to be. If you look the way that it is in the game, they're tilted a little bit. So when this slides down, it's kind of tilted forward a little bit. Now you get two, just like what's on his belt. And you have the mags in there too. Those come with it. Now there is felt down in this, so these slide in and out really tight, and they're not going to come out unless you want them to. And then also the paint job is not going to scratch just because there's felt on the inside there. So you know, I do paint those too, and yeah, those just slide down in there. They're not coming out. But anyway, so you get two of those, and again, everything's put together with screws, so it's really durable and should last for the length of you wanting to cosplay this set. But anyway, so that's everything that goes on this belt. Again, what you see back here, the harness, the belt, the pouch, and then you get two mag holders. You get the grenade, you get the alligator snapper hard shell, You get the Requiem hard shell, the flashlight, and the axe holder. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.